been watching reaction content to the live action One Piece about a month now, and I want to talk about something that's been driving me absolutely crazy. The way some people treat Nami, especially in season 1. And look, I get it up to a point. She betrays the crew. We love Luffy, and watching him get hurt really stings. That's a completely valid emotional response. But by that point of the story, the narrative is not exactly subtle about the fact that something is making her behave this way. She's not doing this because she's just a bad person. And yet, some of these reactors let their anger completely override their understanding of her, and in a handful of cases, even after her backstory is revealed, the reaction is basically, well, she was stupid to think that plan would ever work. And I'm sorry, but that's where I have a problem because no one, literally no one, blames Kaya for not realizing that Clador wanted to kill her and steal her fortune. We all understand that he spent years grooming her, conditioning her to depend on him for her safety and her sense of reality, and yet people apply a completely different standard to Nami, even though their situations are strikingly similar, which, by the way, is a point the show itself makes, because it's Nami who tells Kaya over and over that none of it is her fault. She knows it's not Kaya's fault because she knows it isn't her own fault either. That double standard just reeks of misogyny, internalized in some cases, and it bothers me deeply. Now, the most common pushback I see is, well, Nami thinks she knows better than everyone else, and she was wrong, haha. And yes, technically true, but also she came up with this plan when she was 10 years old. Would you have had a better plan for liberating a town from a murderous gangster at 10? And beyond that, sometimes we just need to feel like we're doing something. This is a point that is actually shown in season 2. It's a trauma response. It's human. Admitting that the plan was flawed would mean every sacrifice she made over those 8 years, every crime she committed, was all for nothing. Her deal with Arlong was her only hope. For years, she had to believe he'd keep his word for her own sanity and because he was actively grooming and enslaving her. Remember, she was 10. Thinking that everything she did was for nothing would be devastating for a young kid. It's the same way that Kaya had to believe that Clador was good, even if it might cost her her friendship with Usopp. These situations are not different. The treatment of them absolutely should not be either. If this is something you've been thinking about too, stick around because in part 2 of this video, I'm gonna get into some more arguments people unfurl against Nami to invalidate all of this and why I think they're just as wrong.